request all our honored guests to stand up, please, as a mark. The procession is being led by the Registrar of Adamas University, Dr. Sanjay Mishra. Let us begin this auspicious day with Saraswati Vandana being performed by the team of our faculty. Goddess Saraswati is known as the mother of the Vedas and champion of knowledge, wisdom, and the arts. Chanting the Saraswati Vandana mantra is believed to remove all the obstacles to success in one's education and career. May Goddess Saraswati, who is fair like the jasmine-colored moon and whose pure white garland is like frosty dewdrops, who is adorned in radiant white attire, on whose beautiful arm rests the veena, and whose throne is a white lotus, who is surrounded and respected by the gods, protect me. May you fully remove my lethargy, sluggishness, and ignorance.
Yeah. महापातकनाशिनी महाछाया मालिनी च महाभोगा महाभुजा महाभागा महोत्सव दिव्यम्यासुरवन्दिता महाकाली महापशा महाकारा महाङ्कुशा गीतचाविमला विश्वा विद्युन्माला च वैष्णवी चन्द्रवदना चन्द्रलेखा विभूषिता सावित्री शूरसा देवी दिव्यालङ्कारभूषिता वागदेवी वसुधतीव्रा महाभद्रा महाबला मोगना भारती भामा गोविन्द गोमती शिवा महाभद्रा महामाया वरप्रदा श्रीप्रदा पद्मनिलया पद्माक्षी पद्मवक्रता सरस्वती महाभद्रा महामाया वरप्रदा श्रीप्रदा पद्मनिलया पद्माक्षी पद्मवक्रता
Now, I would request our Honorable Chancellor, Professor Samit Ray, to declare the convocation open.
I declare the convocation open.
I would now invite Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Deependra Kumar Jha, to deliver his welcome address and present the Vice Chancellor's report.
Professor Roald Hoffman, Frank H.T. Rhodes Professor of Human Letters, Emeritus, Cornell University, New York, Nobel Prize recipient in Chemistry in 1981. Professor Claude Cohen-Tannoudji, the École Normale Supérieure Paris Nobel Prize recipient in Physics in 1997. Both have joined this convocation ceremony in absence online. Professor Parth S. Ghosh, Chairperson, Boston Plays and visiting faculty at MIT and Tufts University, USA, who have also joined virtually today. Professor Samit Ray, Honorable Chancellor, Adamas University, members of the Governing Board and Academic Council, faculty members, staff, invited guests, friends from media, parents and guardians, and my dear graduates. Let me welcome each one of you once again on behalf of the university to this solemn occasion of the 4th convocation of the Adamas University. At the outset, I offer my heartiest congratulations to each graduate who is either present here or attending this convocation in virtual mode, or those who could not attend but will be getting degrees in absentia for their hard work. Also to parents and guardians for the confidence reposed, and the faculty members for mentoring them throughout during this journey. Special congratulations to all the medal winners and their parents for your achievements. We will be awarding today 95 postgraduate degrees, 536 graduate degrees, and 53 diplomas in the School of Engineering and Technology, School of Business and Economics, School of Law and Justice, School of Education, School of Life Science and Biotechnology, School of Basic and Applied Sciences, School of Pharmaceutical Technology, School of Media, Communication and Fashion, and School of Liberal Arts and Culture Studies. Today, 14 gold medals and 13 silver medals will be awarded to the students who excelled in their respective academic programs. I'm extremely happy and feel proud of you on this big day in your life. On your young shoulders will travel the name of the university. And as you grow, we will continue to grow with you. Through you, we shall be living our dreams. As our journey continues, we are committed to create a leading multidisciplinary university of global repute, and it is indeed a privilege to be part of this fascinating journey and to present before you all the key milestones and developments that have taken place at Adamas University during last 1 year. Your university continues to receive various awards and recognition this year, like last year's. During last year, Adamas University was awarded the Emerging University of India Award in the 17th World Education Summit and Awards 2020. Adamas University was awarded the Best Infrastructure and Innovative Learning in East and Northeast India by G24 Ghanta Education Excellence 2020. The university was awarded 4th Best Private University in Bengal, with our School of Engineering and Technology ranked 74th in top private engineering colleges and 133rd in overall engineering colleges in the country by BW Education. Adamas University was awarded Times Best Practice Award for the best practices adopted in the time of pandemic. The university was also conferred a certificate of recognition as Emerging University of India at the 17th World Education Summit. Adamas University was awarded the Award of Excellence in Communication during COVID times for our work in combating COVID in the 9th edition of E-Engage of Public Relations Society of India, Kolkata chapter. The students of Adamas University have been participating in various national and international competitions and have won several laurels for the university. While it is difficult to mention all those here, I would like to congratulate our students for their brilliance and competitive spirit. From SOET, Rahul Sarkar received India International Science Festival Award by Nav Bharat Nirman IISF 2019. He also won the bronze medal at All India Student Design Award organized by National Design and Research Forum, the Institution of Engineers. Anurag Srivastava of Engineering SOET won award for Best Business Plan at West Bengal Young Entrepreneurs Summit. From School of Media, Communication and Fashion, Manusri Maiti, her film Prono Yini won first prize in Prakriti National Documentary Short Film in Global Content Bazaar and International Mobile Film Festival organized by Manav Rachna University, Delhi. Joy Biswas, Tanay Bose and Manusri Maiti won first prize for Best Mobile Documentary and Films in various national and international film festivals for amateurs. From School of Liberal Arts and Culture Studies, Amrita Chaudhary was awarded the Sahitya Saman Award organized by the Sunday Times for Academic Excellence. Ramisha Faria participated in Inter-College Fest at Guru Nanak Institute of Dental Sciences and Research and Barbecue Champions League Season 4 and was the winner of dance competition. Gauti Saha received certificate from All India Human Rights. Our student Arnisa Chaudhary made us proud by winning 1 silver medal, 1 bronze and 2 gold medals in various shooting competitions, all at international level. Some of them include Indonesian Independence Cup, International Jateng Open Championship, Indonesian Armed Force Commander-in-Chief Shooting Championship 2020 and many more. From School of Life Sciences and Biotechnology, Ankita Mandal and Subhajit Majumdar won first and Shreya Banerjee and Shubhadeep Datta won second runner-up awards in the national level contest in Young Entrepreneur Summit. Pune, Srijani Basak and Ananya Chakrabarti along with Saheli Sabnam won the first prize in Sutrishna and Sutrishna Ghosh won the first runner-up in Chiti's IIT Kharagpur. Suman Vita Mandal and Moni Kumari received scholarship for internship in the National Changhua University of Education, Taiwan under Taiwan Experience Education Program funded by Ministry of Education, Taiwan. Our students have made proud and will remain source of inspiration for all of us. At the forefront of academic excellence are our 250 faculty members who are not just teachers and subject matter experts, but also mentors to our students. I would also like to congratulate them and for their unwavering commitment. Last year, we commenced our journey towards excellence. We call it Adamas 2.0. The novel concept is constantly evolving and necessitates continuous changes to drive efficiency, growth and synergy. The changes need to be bold and aggressive in order to keep pace with the changing world and ensure a leading position in the field of higher education. Several new positions like Dean Academics, Director Quality Assurance and Accreditation, Director E-Learning, Director Product and Innovation, Director Incubation, Director Planning and Monitoring, Dean R&D, Director Social Responsibility and few others were introduced as a part of organization restructuring. The School of Management SOM and School of Economics and Commerce EC were merged to form a new age school called School of Business and Economics SOBE. The School of Science was renamed as School of Basic and Applied Sciences and School of Social Sciences was renamed as School of Liberal Arts and Culture Studies. Last year, a total of 30 strategic projects, we call them Special 30, were introduced. These projects were thought to be of immense and immediate and future significance and are expected to ensure a quantum leap for the university. All these projects involve application of proper project management fundamentals with a senior leader leading each initiative. With the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic, the traditional methods of teaching and learning had to be stopped. The resultant global educational crisis witnessed a massive migration to digital space that replaced the conventional chalk and talk methodology. Classroom interactions, which constituted an essential component of the lives of every teacher and learner, are slowly but steadily being replaced by virtual classes facilitated by digital platforms like Google Classrooms, Microsoft Teams, Zoom and the likes. The extraordinary situation presented a reason and motivation to update and upgrade oneself. In this context, Adamas University decided to use Coursera, which is world's leading online education platform, as a part of its faculty development program. All the teaching and non-teaching employees were invited to participate in an online professional development program through Coursera. It was heartwarming to note that 100% of the faculty members and many students completed at least one course certification in their area of interest. In addition to Coursera, faculty members also completed courses on platforms like Simply Learn and Swayam. We conducted hundreds of webinars that included eminent speakers from India and abroad. I particularly wish to mention the webinar by a Nobel laureate, Professor John Mary Lane, which received more than 1,000 participants from across the states, all over the country. Outcome-based education, OBE, is an educational philosophy that bases each part of an education system around outcomes. By the end of educational experience, each student should have achieved the outcomes. Outcome-based methods have been adopted in education system around the world, and Adamas University could not be an exception. In order to effectively devise a strategy and implement the same, we adopted OBE system across all the programs and schools of the university. Year 2021 has been declared as a year of interdisciplinarity at Adamas University. In order to foster entrepreneurial culture in an interdisciplinary setup, we introduced courses like interdisciplinary projects, design thinking, venture ideation, and venture implementation. In order to instill virtues like empathy, a compulsory course called community service was also introduced to all UG programs of the university. From international collaborations to creating opportunities for our students to gain global exposure, we have taken numerous initiatives in this direction, including signing of MOU with National University of Pharmacy, Ukraine, one Erasmus Plus project application of staff and student mobility with Rzeszów University of Technology, Poland, was also funded. The International Relation Department conducted an international conference on harmony in society and environment in collaboration with School of Liberal Arts and Cultural Study with 10 international professors from USA, UK, Israel, Slovakia, and Belgium. It also organized a virtual international student conference on education, creating future today and going beyond pandemic in December 2020 with 230 participants from 26 universities and 15 countries. Adamas University received appreciations from 4 Nobel laureates, 24 international universities, and 3 international organizations, including EU Human Rights Without Frontiers. The Honorable Chancellor received more than 10 appreciation letters from heads of universities, organizations, mostly from Europe, as a recognition and appreciation for Adamas University and for the novel initiative of making a quarantine center at the university during pandemic. We believe that research and innovation are extremely important aspects for a university. Adamas University has placed much emphasis on creating enabling infrastructure and facilities for advanced research in diverse areas. Center for Research and Innovation is all set to play a big role in boosting overall research index of the university. AU is giving special emphasis on multidisciplinary research. Apart from these, sophisticated central research facilities and specialized laboratories are being established, some in collaboration with the government through funded projects and corporate bodies in various schools. The faculty and students of AU authored more than 120 Scopus indexed scholarly articles this year, and of course I am only including Scopus articles here. Other papers were also authored. Majority of this were and also indexed by SCI, SCIE, ABDC. AU has recently set up 10 research centers based on our research expertise and emerging areas of significance. Center for High-End Computing and Research, Center for Stem Cell Research, Center for Logistic and Supply Chain Management, Center for Research in Business Analytics, Center for Human Health and Wellness, Center for Research in Media Convergence, Center for Research in Climate Change and Environmental Laws, Center for Education, Research and Development, Partha S. Ghosh Center for Leadership, and Center for Material Research. Our faculty members, Dr. Kuntal Pal and Dr. Arijit Bhattacharya, received a DST SERV project grants worth 27 lakh and 25.5 lakh respectively. In addition to this, Dr. Partha Roy received Indo-Malaysian DST research grant worth 31.2 lakhs, and Dr. Momita Mukherjee received a DRDO research project grant worth 22.65 lakhs. In addition to these projects, Dr. Momita Mukherjee also received a biomedical startup industry grant of 13.85 lakhs. Dr. Saptrishi Chatterjee received a DST grant of 1 lakh to conduct FDP on entrepreneurship development, and another NRDC grant of 2.5 lakh for entrepreneurship development program in rural area. Adamas University continues to excel in ensuring placement and employability of our graduates. We closed the last academic year with 93% placement of eligible students. Recently, one of the students has been placed with a company at a salary of 15 lakhs per annum. With the objective of promoting excellence and fostering team spirit among our colleagues, last year Adamas University organized its maiden annual employee convention entitled Adamas Dialogue. The convention recognized academic and service excellence in line with its people first approach and richly rewarded faculty and staff members who made great contribution to the university. In a first of its kind, the university decided on measures that would go a long way in ensuring staff satisfaction. In order to achieve optimum efficiency and realize full potential of its faculty members, the university introduced a performance management system, which is a 360-degree performance evaluation system involving self-evaluation, student feedback, and evaluation by reporting managers. The broad categories in which faculty members are evaluated are teaching, research, service, and other contributions. One foot forward towards its unique people first approach, the university decided to celebrate the birthdays of employees every month. This was to re-emphasize the importance of everyone and strengthen bonding as well as to instill a sense of togetherness. To stay true to its cherished objective of initiating a meaningful academic dialogue, Adamas University launched its own magazine called Idea Plus in 2020. As the name suggests, the magazine serves as a reservoir of ideas from both seasoned academicians and industry icons. The university donated a sum of rupees 1 million to the Chief Minister Emergency Relief Fund to help fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Adamas was one of the first universities in the country to offer its infrastructure to set up 1,000-bed quarantine center and house the medical staff. Apart from these, a task force was constituted to coordinate the university's response to COVID-19 and engage the entire university family towards holistic, intellectual, and creative response to the pandemic. The scope of the task force included collaborating internally and externally on R&D initiatives and activities, drafting media guidelines, and driving student engagement. Under the broad social outreach umbrella, #Adamas University Cares, the university decided to reach out to youth who were between 18 to 23 years, who were confused and probably disturbed by the present uncertainties and the times ahead, and provided them career counseling and psychological help. Adamas University also signed a MOU on April 30 with Acura Labs Private Limited, which is a registered trademark of Biogenic Life, a Kolkata-based company working primarily in the space of AI-based digital health application for disease prognosis, assessment and management, to jointly develop a cheap and rapid detection kit for the screening of COVID-19 infection. Adamas University also published a COVID-19 response manual addressed to all the stakeholders. On this occasion, I thank the stakeholders and partners for continuing to have faith and trust in our potential and contributing positively to our exponential growth. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Professor Roald Hoffman, Frank H.T. Rhodes Professor of Human Letters Emeritus, Cornell University, New York, who also was a Nobel Prize recipient in chemistry in 1981, to grace online this fourth convocation of Adamas University with his inspiring message to all the AU graduates. I would also like to extend our gratitude to Professor Claude Cohen-Tanozzi from the École Normale Supérieure, Paris, who was a Nobel Prize recipient in physics in 1997, who will be delivering the convocation address today. I also acknowledge organizations like DST and other funding agencies for supporting our research endeavors, and Department of Higher Education, the industry, academia, and all our well-wishers. Adamas University is not just an entity in isolation, but an integral part of the very fabric of our society. We are extremely passionate about making a meaningful impact to the communities and people around us and transforming their lives for the better. The list of our accomplishment is long, and our dreams for the future even longer. But in the interest of time, I must stop here. My dear graduates, when we look at transformed you, we see confidence, we see maturity, we see the resolve to succeed, and we swell with pride. In you, we believe, lies our name, our growth. As you become whole, you will embrace roles, step into workforce, stand for far more than yourself. There will be a part of you immortalized in our hallways, our classrooms, our fields. You will always be a part of this family, Adamas family. Adamas will stand by you forever. We bless you all and wish the very best of success in your life. You all have made us proud. To all the parents here and who entrusted their loved ones to us, hope you are as proud of them as we are today. Lastly, I wish that all of you find your purpose and your path in life. I hope you bring accolades to your family, your alma mater, and the nation. God bless you all. Thank you.
I would now request our Honorable Chancellor to welcome all our dignitaries and deliver his address.
Professor Ronald Hopman, the Chief Guest of Adamas University Convocation 2021. Professor Clet Cohen Tanunji, the Guest of Honor. Dr. Partho Ghosh, the Guest of Honor. Professor Dipendra Kumar Jha, Vice Chancellor. Mr. Chandan Mojumdar, Group CEO. Members of the Governing Board, members of Academic Council, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, Brown family and friends, and my beloved graduating and post-graduating students. As Chancellor of the University and Chairman of the Governing Board, it is once again my great privilege to welcome you here today for our fourth convocation. A prevailing sense of disappointment surrounds the class of 2020 as milestone events are cancelled due to COVID-19 protocols. This is not the ideal way to say goodbye to such a formative chapters of life. This pandemic has compelled us not to hold a full-fledged in-person and their parents to be physically present. For the rest of the students, they will have to celebrate their convocation virtually. The decision was a difficult one to make, but we made it with health and safety of everyone as of principal importance. We want everyone to know that we have really put in our minds and hearts to plan this semi-physical, semi-virtual convocations so that this becomes one of the best and most memorable virtual experience that you will have in your lifetime. We have tried to ensure that the accomplishment of each and every student are recognized, even though we cannot celebrate the in-person. Convocation ceremony is one of the most important traditions for a university. It marks the coming of age and the arrival of maturity and responsibility. When students are about to enter the world of hard-working adults, the convocation ceremony provides legitimacy to transition and includes the reality that the phase the students are now entering in real life. Every part of the ceremony undertaken is meant to show the same things. Change, my dear students, I am certain that for you it is a change for the better and being prepared for the new futures that awaits you. Here at the Adamas University, we have tried to prepare you to accept challenges and step out of your comfort zones. I would encourage you to develop a passion for lifelong learning, including learning from people who represent different cultures or present different perspectives. Delivering education is a universal principle requiring universal involvement. That's why we are gathered here today. We offer here 360-degree learnings. We do not want our students to become bookworms, but to excel in other areas as well. This is the new India. Gone are the days of an education system that was designed permanently to cater to the needs of colonial rules. We need people with pride in India who understand the nation's strategic interest. We need professionals with ethics who can drive our business, and the institutions, youth who can create and sustain startups and contribute to research and development. As an academic institute, the main challenge is to design an education system where the students experience lives, relates, and are able to make some sense of what they are about to face in the real world. Here at Adamas University, our curriculums is designed to facilitate integrated vocational and academic skill development in order to support the complex life-work education balance. Our students are the reasons why we are all here to improve outcomes, to fulfill untapped potential, to change lives. It's sometimes all of us at Adamas University are incredibly passionate about this. Our mission always has been the pursuit of academic excellence in learning and teaching, supported by focused research and scholarship. To enhance our students' experience, we will continue to champion the methodology and the activities which, in combination, can enhance our distinctness, reputation, and above all, students' success. Today, we are celebrate the success of the graduates and the success of the parents, family, and the friends who supported the graduates through their journey. I thank you for being there in their time of need. I'm sure it has brought all of us closer to each other in more ways than one. One that note, let me extend my warm greetings and congratulations to all of you who graduates today. As you sent out on the next steps of your journey, and as you cross many more milestones that mark your achievements, I'm sure you will proudly recall the value of the opportunities and the Adamas gave you and how it empowered you for success. In conclusion, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Professor Rod Hoffman, the chief guest of this year's convocation. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us and sharing your valuable thoughts. I thank our guest of honor, Professor Cohen Tanunji and Dr. Partha Ghosh. Thank you, sirs, for gracing this occasion with your presence. I thank all the parents and relatives who have gathered here today and all those who are watching this ceremony online. Your presence is not only an encouragement for your children and words, but is also an encouragement for all of us. And last but most importantly, thank you, my dear students. Many you excel in whatever field you choose to, may you be the true ambassadors of Adamas University. Thank you.
Now, we would commence with the ceremony of conferring degrees to the students. I would request Professor Ujjwal Kumar Chaudhary, Dean of School of Media, Communication and Fashion, to present the students of his school for the award of the degrees.
Sir, I present to you Miss Divyasri Deka, and including all those in absentia who have successfully completed the prescribed course of studies and have found fit for the award of degree of Master of Arts in Journalism and Mass Communication and Bachelor of Arts in Journalism and Mass Communication honors, and pray that they may be admitted.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Vice Chancellor of the University, I admit the candidates presented to me and others in absentia to the Master of Arts in Journalism and Mass Communication and Bachelor of Arts in Journalism and Mass Communication honors, and charge them to be worthy of the same.
Thank you, sir.
I now request our Dean of School of Basic and Applied Sciences, Professor Jitendra Kumar Pandey, to present the students of his school for the award of the degrees.
Sir, I present to you Amrita Day, Anupam Saha, Sneharka Puria, and Subhadeep Potra, and including those in absentia who have successfully completed the prescribed course of studies and have been found fit for the award of the degree of Master of Arts in Geography, Master of Science Technology in Medical Physics and Instrumentation, Master of Science in Applied Mathematics, Master of Science in Chemistry, Master of Science in Geography, Master of Science in Physics, Bachelor of Arts in Geography honors, Bachelor of Science in Chemistry honors, Bachelor of Science in Geography honors, Bachelor of Science in Mathematics honors, Bachelor of Science in Physics honors, and pray that they be admitted.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Vice Chancellor of the University, I admit the candidates presented to me and others in absentia to the Master of Arts in Geography, Master of Science Technology in Medical Physics and Instrumentation, Master of Science in Applied Mathematics, Master of Science in Chemistry, Master of Science in Geography, Master of Science in Physics, Bachelor of Arts in Geography honors, Bachelor of Science in Chemistry honors, Bachelor of Science in Geography honors, Bachelor of Science in Mathematics honors, and Bachelor of Science in Physics honors, and charge them to be worthy of the same.
Thank you, sir.
I now call upon our Dean of School of Business and Economics, Professor Naveen Das, to present the students of his school for the award of the degrees.
Sir, I present to you Sweta Jha, Shekhar Kumar Agarwal, Noyonika Das, and Devajyoti Sadhu Khan, and including those in absentia who have successfully completed the prescribed course of studies and have been found fit for the award of the degree of Master of Arts in Economics, Master of Business Administration, Master of Commerce in Financial Analysis, Master of Science in Economics, Bachelor of Arts in Economics Honors, Bachelor of Business Administration Honors, Bachelor of Commerce Honors, and Bachelor of Science in Economics Honors, and pray that they be admitted.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Vice Chancellor of the University, I admit the candidates presented to me and others in absentia to the Master of Arts in Economics, Master of Business Administration, Master of Commerce in Financial Analysis, Master of Science in Economics, Bachelor of Arts in Economics Honors, Bachelor of Business Administration Honors, Bachelor of Commerce Honors, Bachelor of Science in Economics Honors, and charge them to be worthy of the same.
Thank you, sir.
I request the Director of School of Education, Dr. Shauli Mukherjee, to present the students of her school for the award of the degrees.
Sir, I present to you Chandrima Das, and including those in absentia who have successfully completed the prescribed course of studies and have been found fit for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Education, and pray that they be admitted.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Vice Chancellor of the University, I admit the candidates presented to me and others in absentia to the Bachelor of Education and charge them to be worthy of the same.
Thank you, sir.
I invite Professor Amitabh Mukherjee, the officiating Dean of the School of Engineering and Technology, to present the students of his school for the award of the degrees.
Sir, I present to you Debojyoti Datta, Deepika Borua, Ankit Pal, Devobroto Mondol, Pooja Nath, and Saurabh Pal, and including those in absentia who have successfully completed the prescribed course of studies and have been found fit for the award of the degree of Integrated Bachelor Technology, Master of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering, Master of Computer Applications, Master of Technology in Structural Engineering, Bachelor of Computer Applications, Bachelor of Technology in Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering, Bachelor of Technology in Electrical Engineering, Bachelor of Technology in Electronics and Communication Engineering, Bachelor of Technology in Mechanical Engineering, and pray that they be admitted.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Vice Chancellor of the University, I admit the candidates presented to me and others in absentia to the Integrated Bachelor of Technology, Master of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering, Master of Computer Applications, Master of Technology in Structural Engineering, Bachelor of Computer Applications, Bachelor of Technology in Civil Engineering, Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering, Bachelor of Technology in Electrical Engineering, Bachelor of Technology in Electronics and Communication Engineering, and Bachelor of Technology in Mechanical Engineering, and charge them to be worthy of the same.
Thank you, sir.
I request the Dean of School of Liberal Arts and Culture Studies, Professor Mrityunjay Chatterjee, to present the students of his school for the award of the degrees.
Sir, I present to you Anchal Jhunjhunwala, Anusha Kripa Kayastha, Shyama Sengupta, and Rakhi Biswas studies and have been found fit for the award of the degree of Master of Arts in English Language and Literature, Master of Arts in History, Master of Arts in Psychology, Master of Science in Psychology, Bachelor of Arts in Bengali Language and Literature Honours, Bachelor of Arts in English Language and Literature Honours, Bachelor of Arts in History Honours, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science honors with specialization in International Relations and Public Administration. Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Bachelor of Science in Psychology honors, and pray that they be admitted.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Vice Chancellor of the University, I admit the candidates presented to me and others in absentia to the Master of Arts in English Language and Literature, Master of Arts in History, Master of Arts in Psychology, Master of Science in Psychology, Bachelor of Arts in Bengali Language and Literature Honours, Bachelor of Arts in English Language and Literature Honours, Bachelor of Arts in History Honours, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science Honours with a specialization in International Relations and Public Administration, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology Honours, Bachelor of Arts in Sociology Honours and Bachelor of Science in Psychology Honours, and charge them to be worthy of the same.
Thank you, sir.
I request the Dean of School of Life Science and Biotechnology, Professor Rudra Shaha, to present the students of his school for the award of the degrees.
Sir, I present to you Akash Mitra, Monisha De, Oindrila Dattagupta, Abhishek Chatterjee and Mopriya Chakraborty, and including those in absentia who have successfully completed the prescribed course of studies and have been found fit for the award of the degree of Master of Science in Biochemistry, Master of Science in Biotechnology, Master of Science in Microbiology, Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry Honours, Bachelor of Science in Biotechnology Honours, Bachelor of Science in Microbiology Honours, and pray they be admitted.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Vice Chancellor of the University, I admit the candidates presented to me and others in absentia to the Master of Science in Biochemistry, Master of Science in Biotechnology, Master of Science in Microbiology, Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry Honours, Bachelor of Science in Biotechnology Honours, and Bachelor of Science in Microbiology Honours, and charge them to be worthy of the same.
Thank you, sir.
I request the Dean of School of Law and Justice, Professor Jyotsna Yagnik, to present the students of her school for the award of the degrees.
Sir, I present to you in absentia who have successfully completed the prescribed course of studies and have been found fit for the award of the degree of Masters of Law, Bachelor of Law, BA LLB Honours, Bachelor of Law, BBA LLB Honours, and pray that they may be admitted.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Vice Chancellor of the University, I admit the candidates presented to me and others in absentia to the Masters of Law, Bachelor of Law, BA LLB Honours, Bachelor of Law, BBA LLB Honours, and charge them to be worthy of the same.
Thank you, sir.
I call upon the officiating Dean of School of Pharmaceutical Technology, Professor Sajal Kumar Jha, to present the students of his school for the award of the degrees.
Sir, I present to you Sisti Arya and Tuhin Karmakar, and including those in absentia who have successfully completed the prescribed course of studies and have been found fit for the award of the degree of Bachelor of Pharmacy and Diploma in Pharmacy, and pray that they be admitted.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Vice Chancellor of the University, I admit the candidates presented to me and others in absentia to the Bachelor of Pharmacy and Diploma in Pharmacy, and charge them to be worthy of the same.
Thank you, sir.
Now it is time to specially recognize our toppers, the gold and silver medal winners. I would request our registrar to take over the podium and announce the names of the winners.
I would like to request Honorable Chancellor and Honorable Vice Chancellor to kindly present the medals and the degree certificates to the students. The order will be: first, I will like to invite Divyashri Deka, from the School of Media, Communication and Fashion. She is awarded Raja Rammohan Roy Gold Medal. I would like to invite Amrita Day of School of Basic and Applied Sciences. She is awarded Homi Jahangir Bhabha Gold Medal. I would like to invite Sweta Jha of School of Business and Economics for the award of J.R.D. Tata Gold Medal. I would like to invite Debajyoti Datta of the School of Engineering and Technology he will be awarded Vikram Sarabhai Gold Medal. I would like to invite Anchan Jhunjhunwala of School of Liberal Arts and Cultural Studies. She will be awarded Rabindranath Tagore Gold Medal. I would like to invite Akash Mitra of School of Life Science and Biotechnology for the award of Jagdish Chandra Bose Gold Medal. I would like to invite Shubhadeep Patra of School of Basic and Applied Sciences. He will be awarded Satyendra Nath Bose Gold Medal. I would like to invite Shekhar Kumar Agarwala of School of Business and Economics. He will be awarded Sir Birendranath Mukherjee Gold Medal. I would like to invite Chandrima Das of School of Education. She will be awarded Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan Gold Medal. I would like to invite parent of Ankit Pal of School of Engineering and Technology. To be awarded Sir M. Vishweshwaraya Gold Medal. I would like to invite Swayama Sengupta of School of Liberal Arts and Cultural Studies. She is awarded Satyajit Ray Gold Medal. I would like to invite Manisha Day of School of Life Science and Biotechnology for the award of Hargobind Khurana Gold Medal. I would like to invite Shrishti Arya of School of Pharmaceutical Technology for the award of Acharya Sir Praful Chandra Ray Gold Medal. I would like to invite Anupam Shah of School of Basic and Applied Sciences for the award of Silver Medal. I would like to invite Rakhi Bishwas of School of Liberal Arts and Culture Studies for the award of Silver Medal. I would like to invite Mohapriya Chakraborty of School of Life Sciences and Biotechnology for the award of silver medal. I would like to invite Nayonika Das of School of Business and Economics for the award of silver medal. I would like to invite Debajyoti Sadhu Khan of School of Business and Economics for the award of silver medal. I would like to invite Deepika Barua of School of Engineering and Technology for the award of silver medal. I would like to invite Debabrata Mondal of School of Engineering and Technology for the award of silver medal. I would like to invite Ms. Pooja Nag of School of Engineering and Technology for the award of silver medal. I would like to invite Saurav Paul of School of Engineering and Technology for the award of silver medal. I would like to invite Anusha Kripa Kayastha of School of Liberal Arts and Cultural Studies for the award of silver medal. I would like to invite Oindrila Datta Gupta of School of Life Science and Biotechnology for the award of silver medal. I would like to invite Abhishek Chatterjee of School of Life Science and Biotechnology for the award of Silver Medal. Thank you, sirs.
Our registrar will now be administering the oath to all the degree recipients. I would request all the recipients to stand up for the oath-taking ceremony.
We, the graduates of the Adamas University, hereby pledge that we shall always endeavor to be scrupulously honest in the discharge of our duties as graduates of this university, that we shall always endeavor to utilize our knowledge for the service of our country and glory of the university, that in all circumstances we shall try to uphold the dignity of the individual and the integrity of the profession, that we shall in word and deed guard against all narrow loyalties and sectarian prejudices and cherish with pride the basic unity of our country. Thank you.
Message from our chief guest, Professor Roald Hoffman, Frank H.T. Rhodes, Professor of Humane Letters Emeritus, Cornell University, New York, Nobel Prize in Chemistry, 1981. I begin with a vision, one of the unity of creative work in science on one hand and the humanities and arts on the other. Their shared ground to me is clear. Science and art involve acts of human creation. These are accomplished with craftsmanship, with attention to detail. Both value the true economy of statement, conciseness, intensity. Both share a desire, imperfectly realized, to communicate to others. The creative art is cross-cultural, I believe, and in a curious, very human mix, both selfish and altruistic. Both science and art share the elements of a common aesthetic, a desire for beauty and ways of recognizing it. There is place in that aesthetic for the simple and the complex. Ultimately, the common ground of art and science is a shared complementary struggle to understand the world in and around us. At Adamas University, your minds and souls have been opened to the world of art, the world of science, the world of everyday life. It's a place of beauty and of terror. Keep trying to understand it. Please. I wish you and your students well, adventures of mind as the world comes to you. Message from Dr. Partho Ghosh, Member Governing Board, Adamas University, professor at Massachusetts Institute of Technology and Tufts University, founder of Leadership Academy at IIT Kharagpur, and also the founder, managing director of Strategy Policy Advisory from Partho S. Ghosh and Associates.
Big and hearty congratulations to the graduate class of 2021. What a great day for you. Congratulations. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate first the parents, the grandparents, the brothers and sisters, relatives and friends of the graduating students for their help and support, encouragement and inspiration they must have provided you during your Adamas experience. Particularly important for the difficult time for all of us that we have lived through in the last year in the COVID-19, the support that you have received in your homes or from where perhaps you have attended the class digitally. Let me also extend my heartfelt thanks to the faculty members of Adamas University for selflessly extending their support, their encouragement in making your experience in Adamas a special one. Finally, I'd like to congratulate the Chancellor as well as the Vice Chancellor for advancing the promise of Adamas in becoming a very special educational center in Asia. Often we do not realize that each one of us, as we go through life, we come across special moments, special people whose influence shape the roles that we end up playing. So in that spirit, may I share with you a few words of my own experience, which I hope you will be able to cherish at the innermost sanctum of your heart. First, keep in mind that you must honor yourself, honor the divine within you, and as you learn to do so, you would automatically honor people around you, the environment around you, and in the process, you will earn your honor in society. So when I talk about honor, it is simple. Honor the commitments that you make, honor your timing, honor your time. So when you say you will meet someone at 10 o'clock in the morning, make sure you meet him or her at 10 o'clock in the morning. And in the process, use your time most effectively. Please also realize that all of you are very privileged. As you know, in our nation, only a very, very few percentage of the population get the opportunity to finish college education. But you have done so today. So with that comes a very special responsibility for you to be a model in society, for you to encourage people around you, and in the process, you create an environment of positive spirit, an environment of opportunities which you create for others as you serve specific situations where your passion will take you. Third, practice morality. One of the challenges that we have in our society in India is extensive corruption. I think we very easily find excuses, very easily try to compromise on making honest statements. But when you lead a moral, clean life, life becomes significantly more simpler. In the process, your effectiveness as a personality, as an individual, becomes significantly more compelling and powerful. So please practice moral, clean, transparent life so that you could create the radiance that our society is looking forward to. Often we talk about the Bengal Renaissance period, and I think if you look through the lives of the great personalities in India, particularly in Bengal, one of the common denominators were they led a very honest, simple, very purposeful life. Try to cultivate that spirit in you. The fourth point, set goals, ambitious goals, And you will realize soon how much you could achieve in life is only limited by how far you can stretch your vision. So dream big, and then find ways to reach your dream. Because if you're sincerely passionate about your dream, there will be always means that you will be able to find, and through that you will be able to accomplish a bigger tasks which society would appreciate, and in the process you will realize who you are. And final point is, be mindful of productivity. In our country, I feel we waste awful lot of time doing nothing. Use each and every moment of your life productively. And that doesn't mean work, it means anything that you do. Whether you exercise, whether you sing, whether you serve your relatives, whether you do social work, or whether you're doing your professional work, use your time productively. It is very important to keep in mind that, we are all given with 24 hours. We have a certain period of life that when we work, how to use that time effectively is extremely important. So with that, once again, I would like to congratulate you. It was a big day for you. And I do hope the next chapter and the following chapter and the next chapters of your life will be colorful, will be meaningful, and in the process, you will take the torch of Adamas forward. This is how we build communities, this is how we build brands, and I hope each one of you will represent the brand of Adamas, you will represent the brand of this country, and in the process make a difference in the society. And in the process, you will find meaning of your life. Thank you very much.
Convocation address by guest of honor, Professor Claude Cohen-Tenoji, the École Normale Supérieure, Paris, Nobel Prize in Physics, 1997.
You see me here? Yeah. Okay, so let me start the first slide. Okay, so you see the first slide? Yes, I do see the first slide. So I can start now? Yes, please. Yeah. Okay, good morning. It's a pleasure for me to participate at this convocation ceremony of Adamas University. And I would like to thank Dr. Maharshi Krishnadev for inviting me to give this talk. You know, I am a physicist working at the Collège de France in Paris, and I would like to focus my talk on light and atoms, because these two objects play a very important role in physics. Okay, so let me start. Yes, you know, understanding light, atoms, and their interactions is a central question in physics. It is at the origin of conceptual and technological revolutions. For example, the relativistic revolution introduced by Einstein, the relativity of time and space, the quantum revolution, the birth of quantum mechanics, and the laser revolution, which is a new source of light, which is extremely important now in basic research and in technology. Now, the light emitted by atoms is a source of information on the world around us. And this is the idea of spectroscopy. Now, the light atom interaction can now more and more used as a tool for manipulating atoms. For example, how can one polarize atoms with light? How can we cool atoms to extremely low temperature, the billions of a degree Kelvin? What are the new research fields, the new applications which are opened by these advances. What is light? Light is a wave oscillating with frequency nu, propagating in space with the velocity c, which is the velocity of light. And at the same time, it is a beam of particles called photons with energy h nu. You see, nu is the frequency of the light. H is a constant, basic constant, which was introduced by Planck. It's a Planck constant. And the photons have a momentum p is equal to h nu divided by c. H the Planck constant, nu the frequency of light, and c the velocity of light. And this idea that an object can be at the same time a particle and a wave is what is called in physics wave-particle duality. And it's a basic feature of quantum physics. What are the elementary interaction processes between atoms and light? An atom in an energy level B can emit a photon and go to a lower level, A, and in this process it emits a photon with a frequency nu, such that h nu, the energy of the photon, is equal to EB minus EA. So the energy lost by the atom is carried away by the photon, that emission. And absorption is the reverse process. An atom in a lower level A can absorb a photon and go to an upper level A, and the frequency of the photon is such that h nu is equal to EB minus EA. So this is an illustration of the Greek principle, conservation of energy. And if you measure nu with the spectrometer, you get EB minus EA. So observing light and measure detecting their presence in a medium. If you have a medium and you look at the spectrum of the light which is emitted, you can know what are the atoms in this medium. Oh. I give here an example of spectra of 3 different atoms. Hydrogen, hydrogen, mercury, and neon. That are the different frequencies of the light which is emitted by these 3 atoms. So by looking at the spectrum, you can know what is the atom which is emitting this light. So the spectrum is some sort of fingerprint of this atom. And that not only on Earth you can observe the light emitted by atoms on Earth, but you can also look at the light which comes from the sky, and you can get access to the microwave background radiation, which is information on the universe as it was 13.7 billion years ago. All the information we have on the universe comes from the radiation, electromagnetic radiation we observe from this medium. Now, light is also a tool for manipulating atoms. When an atom absorbs and re-emits a photon, it gains some properties of the absorbed photon, its energy, its momentum, its polarization, that basic conservation law. Define the properties of polarization. It has a frequency, a direct point in the same direction. Velocity. And you can reduce this velocity to a very low value. That's called laser cooling. Let me show you an example of MRI. You know, MRI, you make magnetic resonance and you detect the number of atoms which undergo magnetic resonance. The atoms which are used in MRI, most of them are protons, the protons of the water molecules, because you have a lot of protons in your body. And if you put the person inside a big magnet, then you can polarize the spin of the proton. And that's an example of MRI made by protons. You can see the coast, the stomach, the heart, but you don't see the lung, because the lung is, there's not many protons in the world. But if you polarize helium-3 by pumping, optical pumping, then even if the density of helium-3 in the lung by some patient breathing helium-3, even if it is a small density, since they are polarized, high degree of polarization, you can detect them. And you see now, with helium-3 MRI, you can see the lung. And you can detect some person with asthma or a smoker. You see, that's a beautiful example of how you can improve MRI by orienting the atoms by optical pumping. Okay. So what happens? Let me discuss the force exerted by light on atoms. Let me first take a simple example. Suppose that you have a target, C, bombarded by a beam of projectiles, P, coming all from the same direction. The projectiles bounce on the target, and as a result of the transfer of momentum from the target, from the projectile to the target is pushed. You can repeat the same idea by replacing the projectiles by photons and the target by atoms. The atoms absorb photons and remit them in all directions. And since the photons have a momentum, they push the atom. This is called radiation pressure. And this effect is well known, because if you have a comet orbiting around the sunlight coming from the sun push the dust around the comet and gives rise to the tail of the comet. This is a beautiful example of radiation pressure. In a resonant laser beam, the number of photons is high, and the radiation pressure can be very large. And you can get, for the atoms which are pushed, acceleration or deceleration on the order of 100,000 g, where g is acceleration due to gravity. So it's a huge acceleration, a huge force. Now, how can you use this force for cooling atoms? And let me first describe you the idea of laser Doppler cooling. Suppose that you have an atom, that this atom is excited by two laser beams, one coming from the right and one coming from the left, with the same intensity and with a frequency nu opposite, equal, so they cancel out. There is no net force. If the atom is moving with a velocity v to the right, because of the Doppler effect, the frequency of the counter-propagating beam will be shifted up. And if you start with nu L smaller than nu A, because of the Doppler effect, nu L will increase and it becomes close to nu A, close to resonance, and the pressure will be higher. On the contrary, the co-propagating beam, because of the Doppler effect, nu L will appear smaller than here, so it will be farther from nu A, and the force will increase. So as a consequence of the Doppler effect, the counter-propagating beams exert a stronger force than the co-propagating wave will get farther. And the two forces do not cancel out, and you get an net force opposite to V. And for small enough velocity, this force will be proportional to V. So you have the atom moving in a medium is feeling a force opposite to the velocity and proportional to the velocity. This is what is called friction. This is as if the atom was moving in a viscous medium. This is why this scheme is called optical molasses. And when you measure the temperature of the atoms, you get a result which is 100 times lower than expected from the theory of this effect. That was a big surprise. What happened? This means that Doppler cooling is not only the only process which produces the effect. You have something else. And with my student, Jean Dalibard, we discovered this effect. In fact, you see, the atom has a spin, magnetic moment, which is either spin up or spin down. So they have several ground state sublevels. And if the two laser beams interfere, you will have a standing wave with intensity maximum and intensity minimum and so on. And so you will have, in a standing wave, spatial modulation of the laser intensity and also spatial modulation of the polarization. And one can show, that's why my PhD work, that light which is non-resonant produces a shift of the level in ground state proportional to the light intensity. And also, and this shift will be modulated in space because the intensity of the light in a standing wave is modulated. And you will have also correlated spatial modulation of the polarization and consequently of the optical popping rates from one sublevel to the other. And you get something like that. The two sublevels, G up and G down, are spatially, the energy are spatially modulated. And the optical pumping from one level to the other is also spatially modulated because the polarization is modulated. And you get a situation which is strange. The atom is always running up potential hills, like the hero Sisyphus of the Greek mythology. And when it is at the top of the hill, it is put at the bottom of the valley by optical pumping. So this is exhausting for the atom because every time it jumps, then it is put down and it has to jump again. So it loses energy. And we can show that in this scheme, you get a temperature in the order of microkelvin, 10 to the minus 6 Kelvin. It is extremely low, and that's called laser cooling. Now, once you have 1 microkelvin temperature, you can go further by using evaporation. Suppose the atoms are in a trap like that, and suppose that two atoms with E1 and E2 collide, and after the collision, they have energy E3 and E4. If the atom with E4 is larger than the depth of the potential, E4 leaves. The remaining atoms is cooler, and by thermalization with the other atoms which are kept, the whole sample will become colder, and so on and so on. So you have exactly the same situation as when you blow about your cup of coffee, you evacuate the hot molecule, and the remaining molecule gets cooler. And with this scheme, you can reach nanokelvin, 10 to the minus 9 Kelvin. So you see, during the last 50 years, there will be a tremendous progress in the temperature. Let me give you a few orders of magnitude. The interior of the sun is between 1 billion Kelvin to 1 trillion Kelvin. The Earth is around a few Kelvin, 100 Kelvin. The cosmic microwave background radiation, which I showed you before, is of the order of 4 Kelvin. By liquid helium, you can reach what is called cryogenic techniques below 1 Kelvin. With laser cooling, you get 1 microkelvin. And if you go further by evaporation and condensation, you get ultra cold atom into nanokelvin, 10 minus 9 Kelvin. What is important is that also you can, now once you have very cold atoms, what you can do with them. So let me discuss now a few applications of these ultra cold atoms. First, if the atoms are cold, they are moving very slowly. So you can observe them very long time. And then you can make high precision measurements and you can make more precise atomic clocks. If the atoms are moving slowly, the de Broglie wavelength, which characterize their wave properties, is increasing because the de Broglie wavelength associated with the particle is inversely proportional to the velocity. And you can make high precision interferometry and quantum degenerate gains. Let me explain you how you can improve atomic clocks. What is the principle of an atomic clock? You have atoms contained in a sample, and for example, cesium atoms, and with a frequency oscillator, omega naught, you can excite the transition of these atoms, and you can scan a resonance frequency centered at omega A with the width delta omega. And then, by a correction, you can adjust the frequency of the oscillator to the center of the atomic line. So you have an oscillator here whose frequency is locked at the center of an atomic frequency. This is why it's called atomic clock. It's a clock where the frequency is not locked to the pendulum, but at the frequency of an atomic precision. So you try to make your atoms that you interact with the oscillator as smaller as possible. But as I told you, delta omega, the width of the transition, is inversely proportional to the observation time. So if you increase the observation time, you decrease delta omega, and you improve the precision of the clock. This is the consequence of the time, frequency, uncertainty relation. So it is interesting to use cold atoms in the clock in order to increase T and to decrease delta omega and to increase the accuracy of the clock. Now you can use such clock not only on Earth but in space by putting them in a plane like that, and it is a few people of my group inside this flight and doing the cold atom experiment in the space where you have no longer the gravity. And also you have some project to put atoms, cold atoms, atomic clocks with cold atoms in the space station. And why it is interesting is that the general theory of Einstein, general theory of relativity of Einstein, predicts that the frequency of the clock is not the same at two different altitudes because the frequency of the clock depends on the gravitational potential. It's very small, but if you have such a precision, you can detect it. And one of the great applications of clocks with ultra-cold atoms is to test general relativity. Let me give you this slide. We give you the relative accuracy of clocks as a function of year. During 50 years, the last 50 years, you see the accuracy has been improved from 10 minus 10 to 10 to minus 17. That impressive improvement. Just to give you an idea, a clock with an accuracy of 10 minus 17 corresponds to an error smaller than 1 second in 3 billion years. Start the clock now. 3 billion years after, it will be wrong by less than 1 second. So that gives you an idea of the accuracy of the clock. Also, with these clocks, you can detect the gravitational shift 10 centimeter. 2 clocks at 10 centimeter different altitude, you will see it in the clock. And you can look for variation of the fundamental constant of physics. So with this clock, you can make really fundamental physics. Let me also tell you that you can not only cool atoms, but you can trap them. Suppose that you have a beam, laser beam, which is focused, like that. And suppose that the frequency of the laser is below the frequency of the atoms. So as you mentioned before, the shift, the light shift of the atom is negative. So the shift of the atom is negative and it's bigger here than here. So as a function of distance here, you have a potential well, where atoms can be trapped, the atoms are trapped in the focus of the laser beam. This is called the laser trap. And by moving the laser, you can move the atom as you want. This is called optical tweezers. That's very interesting because you can put the atom in the surface, you can put it here, and so on. And suppose you have a standing wave of light, they tune to the red. So in a standing wave, you have a lot of periodic potential well, and the cold atoms can be trapped in the potential well and form. You can have atoms trapped in a periodic array of potential in the same way as electrons can be trapped in the periodic potentials of ions. So you have something which is similar to the dynamics of electrons in a crystal. So these optical lattices are a very nice model for studying how atoms, electrons are moving in a crystal. But now there are cold atoms moving in a periodic array of potential well. And finally, more recent example, which is attracting a lot of attention, is the Bose-Einstein condensation. This phenomenon was predicted by Bose and Einstein, and it's the following. When you have a gas of bosons, atom following the Bose statistics, and if you decrease the temperature, the waves which are associated with these atoms, according to de Broglie, increasing because the de Broglie wavelength is inversely proportional to the temperature. So you see, when you decrease the temperature, the wave associated increase, and at the overlap. So when the temperature decreases, the atomic wave packet becomes more and more localized, and when they overlap, they form macroscopic matter waves like that. You need a similar thing, which has been explained in the beginning of this effect. All atoms are in the same quantum state, and they evolve in a coherent way, like the soldiers of an army marching in lockstep. That's a beautiful picture. And these objects are fascinating because they have macroscopic quantum properties. And now they have properties, superfluidity, coherence, which makes them very similar to other systems which up to now have been only found in liquids or solids, like superfluidity, supraconductivity, like liquid helium and superconductors. So these quantums allow you to establish contact between atomic physics and condensed matter physics. So I now ready to conclude my talk. I think that the better understanding of light-atom interaction have allowed several important advances. Of course, I will not describe that, but this better understanding has led to the invention of new light sources, the so-called lasers, light amplification by stimulated emission radiation. And now lasers are used everywhere. They are a very basic tool in physics. And so this better understanding has also led to the invention of new schemes which were not known before: optical pumping, laser cooling, laser trapping. These advances are opening new research fields and allow one to ask new questions and to investigate new systems, completely new systems, like new states of matter, macroscopic quantum gases, which share many common features with light waves. So I would like to conclude my talk by saying that that's a field, a research field, but all research fields are like that. The history of light and atoms shows that basic research changes our vision of the world by introducing conceptual revolution, relativity, quantum physics, and by leading to a wealth of unexpected practical application. This is why I am advocating the importance of maintaining in university a strong basic research. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Professor Tanawaji. It has been a pleasure. It has been more than a pleasure and an honor to be with you for the talk. You are live from a city in the convocation ceremony of Adamas University in Calcutta. The Calcutta is the birthplace of Satyendranath Bose. Yes, so it was a pleasure to have you and to host you in the talk. I wish you a very good health and thank you so much for your time and for all the talk, actually, for the explanation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure for me to talk to you and to the students mainly. I think it's important in the university to motivate the students, telling them that research is something fantastic and you learn a lot of new things, and it's also improved the moral quality, because doing research means perseverance, the sense of dialogue with other people and to discuss and to this idea, and that's very. So I think that I'm happy to participate to this convocation ceremony because it is dedicated to the children and to the researchers, of course. Yes. So thank you very much.
Now it is time to bring this year's convocation to its formal end. May I request our Honorable Chancellor to declare the Convocation 2021 closed.
I declare the convocation closed.
Kindly rise for the national anthem.
শুভ আশিস মাগে গাহে তব জয় গাথা জনগণ মঙ্গল দায়ক জয় হে ভারত ভাগ্য বিধাতা জয় 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 হে।
Now the procession will leave the hall. Once again, as a mark of respect to the academic dignitaries, I would request everyone present to stand up and remain standing till the procession leaves the hall. This auspicious occasion, I would now request all of you to partake lunch with us, which has been arranged at the Convention Center. All the degree recipients, along with the Deans, Registrar, Honorable Vice Chancellor and Honorable Chancellor, are requested to gather in front of University 1 building for a group photo. Thank you all and have a nice day.